Okay, Steady Eddie here. Um, oh, Jesus, I'm getting my words mixed up. I almost said I don't know what's the matter with me, but I do know what's the matter with me. Um, okay, Stephen Lamb is here. Good afternoon from Kokan. Have I been to that? I've been to about 10 of the top Thai islands, but I don't think I've been to that one. Martin Ryder, I now identify as a llama. Well, you know, I, I shoot things like that on that's on virtual reality. Meet a quest 3. I've actually been up close to llamas. I've seen a lot of them in Peru, and they're damn fine looking creatures, or what they called alpacas. Toby Price is here. Martin Ryder. Toby Price bacon here in Silent. Hot season is on the way. Hot. Even the winter's hot there. Pump it. The Dixie Normans pump it through. Billy about Pattaya. Good morning. Terry Jones, Mark Sanderson. Barry from EastEnders in Al Nang, Krabi. I've been there. That's a nice place. Hope you're doing okay, Ed, and it's not too miserable in the UK. Well, as you know, I'm in limbo right now. I don't know what's happening there. I'll get the next week out the way with. I have more of an idea. Anders Bergman, Carolina Hillbilly, 1961, from the Philippines. Bangkok Universe, Gang Son, Mark Sanderson, and to Berlin tomorrow. Are you been, Ed? I have been to Berlin. That was my first visit to Germany, and I actually liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good, and absolutely. And the people there were great, and the Germans were great. I liked it. Glenn, good afternoon, Ed from Pratamak. That's a nice part of Pattaya. Chris Koto, Eddie, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and I feel like I'm wearing milk-bone underwear. Okay. Shamboy. It's just a llama channel. John Milne. Hi, Rob. Morning, Eddie. Currently on Crosby Beach walking the dog. I used to go there when I was a kid. Before they didn't they concrete that over or something like that. I used to get the L3 from Bootle to go to Crosby Beach. Michael Janaeus, good morning, Eddie, from a very cold and miserable Edinburgh. Okay, nice to hear from you. Some German women are nice. I used to think that, but in Germany, in Berlin, you don't meet many German women somehow. You meet more Romanians or Bulgarians, or is that just me? Am I looking in the wrong places or the right places? Richie Rich, oh my God, from a rainy Saudi Arabia today. Oh, never thought I'd hear that. Robert Mackey, I am from Alabama. I stay 6 months a year in Cebu with my girlfriend and pet cat named 7-Eleven, and the cat drinks 20 beers. Okay. Toby Price, German women have hairy armpits. I don't think I've been with a German woman. Or maybe half German. Well, okay. So the reason I've called this "The World is Going Bonkers" is simply because watching the news. I mean, Trump is American. He's American, so I've no right to interfere with American or criticize what America does, but he's got somebody now, his sidekick, Elon, called Elon, and I seen this news report where Elon is getting into, he's ubiquitous. Elon, he gets into everything. You know, you switch the TV on, and it isn't long before you see somebody called Elon. And and not only that, but he's in the Oval Office with his little 4-year-old son on his shoulders, and you know, I'm sure that President Trump is sitting around thinking, why am I allowing this? The whole world is getting silly. I mean, the phrase, imagine if everybody did that, springs to mind. Imagine if all the politicians, and you know, had their kids on camera whenever they speak to the public. Imagine, I think the world's going bonkers. I mean, whatever next? It's starting to look like it's starting to look like one of those, you know, 70s post-apocalyptic movies where, like, Death Race 2000 or something like this. I mean, it won't be long before you know, these road races where people kill each other. They knock down pedestrians for points. I'm sure the world is going that way. Will Smith is here. You know, from Hong Kong, rainy and cold today. I feel like I'm back in Glasgow. Okay. We are truly international today, aren't we? No, I'm not going to read that out. That's defamation. Donald Trump is here. Hopefully the nice one. And don't get me wrong. I mean, from what I've seen of Donald Trump, you know, he deserves to be president. He's got charisma. Remember, I mean, people thought when he first started running for the president, I think it was 2016 or so, well, 2015 or something like that. People thought it was a joke, but I remember one politician. You know, he's going on about, you know, Muslims, you know, banning Muslims until we can find out what the hell's going on around there. And people were trying to ban him from the UK. And you know, one politician, Michael Portillo, I used to watch it. Only one politician said, "Don't forget, you're talking about someone who may one day be president of the United States." And I was thinking, he's the only one who's got the guts to say that, because then people just thought that he was a joke. Gangster, Elon. I'm not reading that, but I do agree with you. Bobby Cush, great to hear you having a good moan, Eddie. This is the Eddie that we love. Okay. Will Smith. Hong Kong, but I'm planning to do a visit there. How many days would be long enough in Hong Kong? Watching the other guys, Bottle Baby, watching the other guys stream from Pattaya, it looked really nice, but bars closed today for Butter Holiday. Oh, well, that's not much fun, is it? You better watching this stream. David Martin, good morning. Kenny G, everybody is not Elon. Margaret is saving the world. Matt, oh, okay. P. Diddy in White House during Obama. Yeah, absolutely. And I cannot name a P. Diddy song. I honestly can't. I can't even name it more than one Taylor Swift song. So all of this popular, you know, culture is bypassed me. P Diddy. What's the other one? What's he called? Jay-Z. I can't name a single Jay-Z or Jay-Z, as you call them in America. I can't even name one of their songs. Hi, Rob. Still enjoying your time in Pattaya, Bobby? Okay. Bottle Baby, Death Race 2000, many great actors in that movie, all about points for mayhem. And that was made in 75, that movie. But it was set in 1979. So it was, I don't know, 2000, but whatever. But, so that's a future gone. But I mean, a lot of these science fiction things have becoming reality. I mean, do you remember Rollerball? I mean, it won't be long now before Rollerball and Death Race 2000, they're going to be they're going to be coming through. Hey, Eddie and chat. Okay, nice to hear from you. Fun Casino. Good morning, Eddie. Sharon from Nottinghamshire, but in Alicante at the moment. Been following you for a few months and think you are absolutely inspirational on so many levels. Wishing you well. Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Bobby Crush. No, this is comedy. We need a strong leader like Trump in Pattaya. The price of bar fans is out of control. Please help us, Mr. President. Okay. Are you listening, Donald? Will Smith. Mark Santon, have you had any nonsense for your YouTuber fan? If it's the one I found, then he's most certainly bonkers. No, he's a really obscure little channel. I haven't heard the peep on it, to be honest with you. Bobby, because I haven't followed pop music for many years. I was status quo getting on. Probably. I think half of them are dead. Most of them are dead. Trump and Elon, what's Pink Floyd? The Wall, okay. I mean, what is Elon Musk all about? I mean, what do you think of Elon Musk? Steve-O, Ty Bart, big ups, Eddie. 40s Ty Bart. All right, cheers. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. Bobby, because status quo of teens up with the Pans people, Bobby. Okay. Pans people. I seen a photograph of Pans people recently. Oh, and it was a lovely photograph. Beautiful women with no silicon, no tattoos, and yeah. I don't like it. I don't like to say. I don't like to. I don't like to say. Whether they were hairy or not. But I thought, looking at this picture. Photo from the 1970s. I thought that's how women should look. Great, babe. 70s rock was and is the best. Okay, I agree with that. Mark Santi, you were on the board already. Okay. Will Smith, and when you're only worth 400 billion, babysitters are too expensive. Okay, you're talking about Elon Musk. James Cairns, fingers crossed for your appointment later. In our prayers always. That'll be 6 days from now. That will be. Billy about Pattaya. Eddie, have you won the meat raffle down the pub here? No, but I did the karaoke the other night at that local pub. Elon Musk is far on the spectrum, high functioning. I mean, but really, bringing your child, it's obviously a plan of it. He wants to introduce his child to the he wants him to grow up, you know, being around world leaders, and then he'll presumably become one. But you know, I mean, what is? Oh my God, what a business! I mean, I still can't get used to female newsreaders. I'm in a generation where a female newsreader, Angela Rippon, was a novelty. People, you know, and especially when she showed her legs on Morecambe and Wise, you know, that was outrageous to people. And now, what always makes me cringe is when a disaster happens or anything, or you know, an aspect of war or something like that, and the news presenter, I won't call him a news reader, the news presenter, and now we're going to go over to our expert, you know, to give us details on all of this. And the expert is a young girl. You know, expert, a young girl expert. What? Oh, Jesus. Paul Francis, dangerous fella, obviously. The USA is a failing superpower and an international laughing stock. They'll become isolated internationally, so no other nation will trust the US. And Elon Musk, he's not a natural American, is he? He's South African. I think he's more like a Bond villain myself. He's planning on taking over the world. He's like a Bond villain. You know, I mean, do you think about all the Bond movies that you've seen? You know, Jonathan Pryce, Christopher Walken, they've all played these megalomaniacs characters. Elon Musk is like a Bond villain. I think that's what he's modeling himself on. He said, man, nice to hear from you, mate. The UK is recruiting Nigerian prison guards on skilled worker visa. I'd rather have them in prison rather than out of prison. Oh. Will Smith. Musk is a grifter. He put himself overseeing the tens of billions in government contracts he benefits from. Yeah, I'm not going to read that last sentence out. Gansim, I hate tattoos on women. I do as well. I mean, what's the point? You look at those, you know, you look at go-go dancers and, you know, people like that. And they've got lovely bodies and you know, what is the point in covering your body with with horrendous tattoos? I mean, what's the point in that? Yours travels. Good morning. Good morning, yours. Bitman one, Morton, how you found the UK weather? Shite. Is the word. At least it isn't raining. At least it's not raining. So as long as it doesn't rain, Paul Harrison, I like tattoos on women. Okay. TWP, I believe they posted a pic of him on the Battaya 365 Facebook group. After that, he crawls back into his sad little hole and hopefully will never come back out. I think that's not the guy who made the 1.5 hour video using a cheeky bastard. He not only stole from me, he uploaded 1.5 hours worth of my whole videos, my most popular videos. If that ain't a cheeky bastard. Bob, Kim DK, I from Battaya, Buddha Day here, so no drinking today. How many Buddha days did he have in Thailand? How many of those? You could always get a beer surreptitiously. Bottle Baby, what song did you choose? I chose my favourite, one of my favourites, Where Do You Go To, My Lovely? I heard that on the radio in the late 60s when I was a kid, and I never get tired. That's one song I never get tired of hearing, and I don't get tired of doing a karaoke to it either. Mark Sandon, Eddie, did you like the 70s undercarriage, or do you prefer the more modern tidied up lady gardens? They're not tidied up now. They're shaven. They're bold. They're Kojak, Yul Brynner. But women were. I'll tell you what I was watching the other night. I was watching a film called The Luck of Love with Steve Coogan playing one of Britain's greatest characters, Paul Raymond, and he was married. No, he wasn't married. He perhaps didn't marry her. He had an affair with Fiona Richmond. And I've actually seen her full frontal naked at the Liverpool Empire. It was a show called it's a show called Yes, We Have No Pajamas. And so I've seen Paul Raymond's misses naked. That's my claim to fame. But what would you? They were so hairy. I mean, 1970s. They never put a razor to the womanly bits, did they? I mean, all of that came much later, and they started tidying it up later. And then they, before you know it, in an instant, where's my hair gone? I mean, they bald become the new fashion, and then I mean, a girl said to me, it's unhygienic having hairs, in womanly places. Well, they've had them for centuries, haven't they? They've had them for millenniums. How did we get into that? Martin Ryder, Albanian drug dealer, allowed to stay in UK because his son does not like foreign chicken. That sounds like a joke, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Bobby, because experts Google something. Yeah, I mean, where did he get these young girls from? I mean, quite often the ethnicity is not non-Caucasian. I'm not saying that makes any difference, but it's politically correctness gone mad. But how is a 25-year-old? I mean, there was one of them supposed to be an expert on JFK, the assassination of JFK. That was in 1962 or 63. Um, that's actually before she was alive. Her grandmother probably wasn't alive then. They make Paul Weatherman as well. Okay, probably because experts Google something. Yeah, that's where they get most of the. Good point, Eddie. I thought the same about the news reporters in war zones. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Bottle baby. They women make Paul Weatherman as well. Okay. Toby Price, same as ladies on football shows. I agree, and they're always glamorous. These. I mean, you've got these three male athletes, footballers, and you've got a glamorous bird who's telling them, what's what. I mean, what would she know? What would she know? You know, oh, Martin, Jamaican Trump, you're allowed to say in the UK because it's too hot in the Caribbean, like it. Martin Ryder, I'm not reading that one out. Middle of nowhere. US is flushing all its trash out. UK should take the same steps. Oh yeah, and like we haven't mentioned Britain yet, have we? We haven't mentioned the British government. The world is going bonkers. I mean, for my money, I don't think our current prime minister is any worse than at least half a dozen other prime ministers I can mention. He's he's not worse than he's not worse than James Callahan, who was the most hopeless, who where the the most wins. Britain was on its ass by the late 70s, and Callahan exacerbated it. And he's not more unpopular than Margaret Thatcher. I mean, she won 3 elections. I mean, she won 3 elections. I mean, I don't believe he's the most hated, but he's kind of charmless. He's got a manga as a baby now instead of a cat. I think I'm gonna have to. Mark Sanderson, it's like the news yesterday. The powers that be think it may be advantageous to consult experts before deciding on allowing parents to decide whether or not to have that assisted suicide. Okay. Bangkok Bet, UK has donated. Get you back to Pattaya in the summer, no matter what happens next week. But Paul, better Trump and Musk than the crazy left. Look at the crazy left. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm not criticizing. You know, Elon Musk or Trump, even though it may sound like I am. I'm just you know, just reporting what I see. And the size is sorry, but the size on of Elon Musk with his little child on his shoulders in the Oval Musk in the Oval Office with the President of the United States. You know, looking, the look on his face was, it was mystified. How did he? I mean, the phrase "imagine if everyone done that" comes to mind. I mean, imagine if every politician, well, if he's having his kid in the Oval Office, I'm going to have my kid in the Oval Office. I mean, what road are we going down? John Key, the tattoos in the soy six look like a child had done with some cranes, okay. Kelvin Fry, hey Eddie, good to meet you in Pattaya. Came up and said hello to you. Kelvin from Australia. Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you then, Kelvin. Toby Price, Thai women get tattoos on their belly to hide the stretch marks. How disgusting is that? How disgusting is that? But Bangkok Bet, Eddie, you're speaking as if you were compass mentis. I completely back to normal again. Surely a very good sign. Oh, we'll see. We'll see about that. DWP, but my neighbor thinks he is Bobby Bond. He goes in COVID mission, exploding building with his packet lunch and flask of Yorkshire tea. Okay. How are we doing that? Joy D. I like tattoos on fat birds. It only charge 1,000 baht. Martin Ryder floodgates open to 100,000 gardens to settle here in the UK. Bottle Baby, showing us your pussy is the latest rage on USA talk show nowadays. Okay. Best thing for Pattaya would ban all smartphones. Bring back the golden years of Pattaya. I don't think smartphones are really that harm. I mean, wonderful invention. Wonderful invention. Michael, Black. Yeah, all the best from Indonesia. Yeah, Peter Sarsted, he died a few years ago. Keep the flies away. Okay. Thousands of pallets. Paul, what's your favourite karaoke song that will get you up, Eddie? Do you mean get up to dance to it? I'm not a dancer, but my favourite karaoke song is actually one that nobody ever does. It's Eve of Destruction by Barry Maguire. I done that in Ukraine once from Odessa. I'd done that, and I got a big response from the crowd. But I swear that song has got the most powerful lyrics, of all. And I like singing now, but it gets mixed reaction. I mean, some people think that's put everyone on a downer. That one, we come here because we want to have fun. Binman, have you heard about this new online form you have to fill out before traveling to Thailand, starting from this May? No, it's swapping and changing it. They may well put that back, and I don't know. That's the least of my concerns right now. London Cab Thailand. Hello. What is the first record you purchased, Ed? Well, I think it was. I think it was Ben by Michael Jackson. I think it was, that's, and I didn't realize when I bought it is that song was about a rat. It was about it, and I hate rats. It come from a film. When I got back to the UK after 30 years away in Asia and Middle East, I was on the train and thought a big snot was dripping out of the girl next to me. Turned out it was a nosebleed. I tell you what, in certain lights, they do look like that, don't they? DWP, bring back Tony Blair. I kind of, I don't have a problem with Tony Blair, but other people, I mean, he's another one, as with Thatcher. He won 3 elections, and yet you never meet anyone who admits to having voted for him. Paul Hanson Starmer is dangerous. He's cancelling democratic elections, the sign of a dictator. Yeah, okay. Whether that's true or not, but I know he's anyone who condemns freedom of speech, is not good. Aaron Love, all the best on the appointment next week, Ed. Okay, thank you. Martin Ryder, Leah Anderson asked the health secretary yesterday in the House of Parliament if he should call a vet, a doctor, or a straitjacket after she identifies as a llama. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's easy. Do you know what? I shouldn't say this really. But the thing that puts me off about Leah Anderson is that northern accent of his. I don't like northern accents. He's got an annoying accent. You may be surprised to hear that. I don't like northern accents. NHS is Little India. Well, I'll tell you what. When I was in hospital, during the summertime, I was 6 months in a Thai, 6 weeks in a Thai hospital, 6 weeks in a UK hospital, and then I was 10 days in a care home. I met a lot of Indians who work for the NHS, and you know what? They were bloody good. They were good. They were really good. They were. I mean, they done things that you know that they were helpful in a way. I mean, they were decent, hard working people. That's all I'll say. Brit doctors left for USA and Middle East. Okay, Bobby Crush. I can't read that out. Well, you couldn't positive attitude. I would not be surprised if you were still around in 5 years. Time Ed. Will the whale still be around in 5 years? That's what I'd like to know. Thank you anyway. Toby Price, don't ban smartphones, ban razors. Okay. Probably because I can't put those comments I can't read those out. Martin, good day, Eddie, from around around. I don't actually know where that is. I youth. Is it called I youth? I went there at the beginning of last year, didn't I? And but yeah, temples don't go down very well on on YouTube. Hi, Rob. Eddie, one of my favourite old songs you hardly ever heard is called "Everlasting Love" by the group Love Affair. You ever heard that song? Yeah, I've heard that, but I haven't done it. It's not one that I do a karaoke to. 32. Get back to Thailand, Eddie. Don't worry about more scans and operations. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Mark Sandon, do you have a Thai restaurant near you where you live now? I do. There's a few of them scattered around, but I'm not keen on Thai food personally. I prefer chow mein, Chinese food. That's what I prefer. Keep up the good work. You were looking great. Oh, really? Okay. Fine. Thank you. Kevin Giddens, well, okay, yeah, that's good. Good, good luck to her. Terry Jones, Ed, will you be watching the derby tonight? Everton versus Liverpool, last derby at Goodison Park. Come on, the Blues. Apart from that last bit, yeah. I'd like to see Liverpool win the Premier League for the second time because it took them 30 years. To win it, and then they won it outright. They were miles ahead when but on not in good circumstances. In the middle of the lockdown, whatever, when they won it. So at least this time it will be a proper celebration. I'm saying that I'm not sure that I'm going to be around to see it. John Mitch, okay, nice to hear from you. I'll tell you what, we'll do a phone in. One of the, I keep saying we'll do a phone in, but that number that I use, that's a pay as you go phone. I mean, people don't phone that number. When I've tried it, they're hesitant. They think they're going to get charged. I mean, it's only standard rates, that number. But I noticed that afterwards, after this, I'm getting lots of phone calls on that number for people who want to talk to me, and I'll make it clear if I do a phone in next time. That like John Mitch, he's phoned in during this live stream a few times, but others seem to think, and they watch the live stream on replay, that they can phone me any time. So I will do it to a. David Coleman. Hi, Eddie. I'm still in Pattaya. You know the fun I am having. Yeah, I've seen the naughty pictures. You dirty. You're getting as bad as Paul Hoskins, you are. See, man, but you're from Liverpool, which is up north. So I said I don't like northern accents, which includes any place up north, including Liverpool. Cameron Glenn's, my niece's husband, given 6 months at the most, not expecting it. Oh, geez, okay. Sorry to do that. Sorry to hear that. Diesel you pay. Okay. Massa, hey, Eddie, nice to see you. Nice, okay. Nice to hear from you, Massa. David Coleman, I've heard that. I've heard that. I've heard that. I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to put that on screen. Paul Harrison, have you ever been to Cannon Beach? It's about 45-minute drive from Surat Thani. It's meant to be more beautiful. To be beautiful. No, I haven't, but it's probably not far away from that beach that's behind me. That's Koh Tao Beach. So I've been there. Beaches, I've been lots of great beaches in Thailand. James Lawrence, Eddie Vesey got his opinion on whether it would be okay to have another trip to Thailand, and assuming that your health remains stable. Great to see you upbeat, given your condition. Well, it's. I asked my doctor last time about a trip to Thailand. Well, they know all about it because they worked my MRI scan around my time in Thailand, which was very, very nice of them. So it's, unless they they find something really dramatic next week. Bobby Cross, the NHS has really gone downhill. And this came my hospital bed and said, "Do you want a bedpan?" I said, "What? Do you want to do my own cooking as well?" Yeah, the old ones are the best. Hello, Eddie. Bob White here. Okay, hello, Bob. Oh my God Almighty! I'm sure Bobby Cuss, is awake all night making all of these. But my nan was in hospital for 3 days, and she said the NHS looked after her wonderfully and made her very comfortable, laying on the floor in the corridor for 72 hours. Um, okay, Nigel. Nigel. Funnily enough, yes. The answer to that one is yes. John Daly, why don't you set up a WhatsApp group? I don't know how to do that. That's too complicated for me. I'm on Facebook. I've got a Facebook. I mean, Twitter. I can't get my head around. I've never got off the ground on Twitter. And as for that TikTok, I just can't get on with Twitter or TikTok or anything like that. But Facebook is, I find, the most accessible. Vietnam Viking Ed, what did your mate think about his first trip to Pattaya? Would he go back in a heartbeat? Well, that's it. He's like me. He's come back and he still works, but he's come back to miserable UK from sunny, fun-filled Pattaya, and of course he'd go back. He loved it. Alan Hayes, the police are patrolling Pattaya Beach now to stop the sleepers. Are they putting tents up there or what? I mean, but where did he go? To use the toilet? They don't go in the Pattaya Beach. Looks polluted enough as it is. Alan, the police were told Pattaya Beach now to stop the sleepers. That's terrible. That's terrible. And they have rats running around those beaches of the night time. I mean, rats. David Coleman, Etty, I'm taking two go-go girls at the same time. Do both of them. 5,000 baht. You dirty old man. Oh, oh, Bobby, Bobby. I think in a previous life you've been a stand-up comedian. But David Coleman, I have a cold right now in Pattaya. I do not know how I got it. Well, I had a cold the last few days. Toby Price, you're banned from Twitter. Elon saw the live stream. I can't get on well with Twitter at all. Okay, so it's been a good little live stream. You know, we put the world to rights, you know, but the world is going crazy. I mean, you know, it's just going crazy. It's I'm hearing all kinds of yeah, some things I can't mention, you know, for political reasons. But yeah, you know, it's going crazy. But what's the title of that movie? It's a mad world. I mean, you know, that's a hell of a title. But okay, so I'll see you soon. I'll be back soon.